Wipha is gone, but its legacy is still there. The numbers like 500 flights cancelled, 300,000 people evacuated, 33 injured are just the tip of the iceberg. Behind that are fear, helplessness, and unanswered questions about our climate future. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to spread useful information to the community. This is the newsletter of the Flood King channel. See you in the next newsletter. Wipha, a sign of a dramatic storm season. Wipha is the sixth storm of this year's storm season in the Western Pacific and is also one of the strongest storms to hit China since early 2025. Previously, it caused heavy rain and strong winds in Taiwan and the Philippines, affecting tens of thousands of households. With a fast-moving speed of 25 kilometers per age and a wide area of influence, Wipha is a clear demonstration of increasingly extreme climate change. Experts predict that in the summer and fall of this year, China may continue to suffer from 6 to 8 more storms. The question is, will the infrastructure, disaster prevention capabilities, and preparedness of large cities such as Hong Kong and Guangdong be enough to cope if the next storms are stronger than Wipha? Damage and consequences after the storm. After nearly 20 hours of raging, Typhoon Wipha began to weaken on the evening of the 20th of July. However, the consequences it left behind were enormous. Hundreds of people had to take shelter in evacuation centers. The transportation system in Hong Kong was completely paralyzed for many hours. Many residential areas lost power and communication. The chaotic scene of fallen trees, crushed cars, and streets full of debris still haunts many people. In coastal areas of China, heavy rain is forecast to continue for the next few days, increasing the risk of flash floods, landslides, and flooding in many provinces and cities. Emergency response in the mainland. More than 300,000 people evacuated. In mainland China, the Guangdong provincial government has also declared a state of emergency. Typhoon Wipha officially made landfall in Taishan City on the afternoon of the 20th of July, with winds reaching a peak of 119 kilometers per h and forecast to increase to 150 kilometers per h. Immediately, 166,000 Guangdong residents were ordered to evacuate. Another 12,000 fishermen were brought ashore. Authorities ordered all boats to dock, and 52 coastal tourist spots were closed. The high-speed rail system, including the Guangzhou-Shenzhen-Hong Kong, was forced to completely stop operations. In Hainan province, where the storm is expected to continue to affect, the disaster warning level has been raised to level 3, requiring forces to be on duty 24/7. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, a symbol connecting China's 3 major economic regions, could not escape the wrath of nature. At 2:30 a.m., on the 20th of July, customs clearance at the zoo at 3:30 a.m., the entire bridge was officially closed to ensure safety. This is a rare occasion when the bridge has been completely blocked by a storm, disrupting all trade, freight transport, and tourism activities between these 3 major cities. Airport chased, 500 flights cancelled. Typhoon Wipha not only caused a nightmare on the ground, but also caused a nightmare in the sky. At Hong Kong International Airport, more than 500 flights were cancelled, leaving thousands of passengers stranded. The waiting rooms were overloaded, forcing many people to sleep at the airport, lacking accommodation and drinking water. Cathay Pacific, the main airline here, had to temporarily suspend all flights from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. the same day. At the same time, the airline also waived ticket changes and supported rebooking new flights. But with such an overloaded situation, rescheduling flights was extremely difficult. The atmosphere at the airport at that time was described as completely paralyzed. There were groans, loud announcements, tired passengers, and there were many tears of anxiety because their plans were disrupted. Hong Kong paralyzed for 7 hours. Hong Kong residents woke up to a chaotic scene. Early in the morning, the Hong Kong Observatory issued a status alert level 10, the highest warning. The destructive power of Typhoon Wipha is extremely dangerous. Wind gusts of up to 234 kilometers per h knocked down more than 700 trees, damaged a series of vehicles, and blocked major streets. During the 7 hours directly affected by the level 10 storm, the entire city seemed to freeze. The bus system stopped operating, the subway stopped running, shops, schools, and even office buildings were closed. People were advised not to leave their homes, while the authorities worked around the clock to respond to emergency situations. According to initial statistics, at least 33 injured people were taken to the emergency room, many of whom were injured by the wind blowing away broken glass, signs, and building materials. One of Asia's busiest cities was reduced to ruins in just a few hours. Winds howled, trees were uprooted, the airport was jammed with thousands of stranded passengers. More than 500,000 people were forced to evacuate in the middle of the night in panic. These images, which seem straight out of a disaster movie, are not science fiction. They are reality as Typhoon Wipha swept through China and Hong Kong, leaving a terrible mark on the weather history of 2025. You may be wondering, what happened in those 24 terrifying hours? How could a storm paralyze a modern city like Hong Kong? And is this a sign of more severe natural disasters to come? All will be revealed in today's special news.